The world is full of people who on their deathbed, what will be said is that they were just doing their job. Is it that simple? Well, how does that compare to the Nuremberg principle? It's quite complex. How do they explain when souls are being weighed on those scales and they're next? They're perplexed. They miss the point of life. That's like missing the point of a knife when it's stuck in your heart. It's like having a pit bull in your face and missing the bark. It's like running in a tree. It's like running into a tree as a dart. The war that persists. Is there anything that I miss? Why must I live my life a struggle instead of a life of bliss? Calling people brother and sis. I'm giving another my fist. These never-ending battles. These Babylonian scum and how they babble. I'm fighting war against the demons who oppress all. So why do you tattle? There's no escaping the scum, no matter where I travel. So don't tell me to go back. They've already begun to track. I've begun the math. And I see what's coming. This isn't calculus. They need to be done in. I kept it 100. That's how I proceed. Are you blind, deaf, and dumb? Or just on too much weed? They keep you drugged and out of touch. Those sniveling demons do too much. Oh, how they bluff. This whole thing is a trick. They're parlor magic. They're just a bitch. Have I said it before? I haven't said it enough. That's the result. When you're honest and you live life so rough, it's a bumpy road full of potholes. Putting my scope on high-value targets and fulfilling my goals. Snipey, snipey, me no likey. You gave me a reason to hunt and fight thee. I do it with great pleasure. Oh, what is the measure of a man? And how do these cowards measure? Use your compass. Use your trowel. I'm constantly using vowels. Constantly having a scowl. How could they be so bitter, freezing cold? They're frosty, like Santa Claus's beard. As he grows old, some myths never die. Some ignorant cowards never ask why. They're stuck in the system. Babylon is not so great, but yet you're its victim. A mental prison, an internment camp, a detention center. When I enter, it's to finish the task. Guerrilla war requires having the heart to blast. I don't need a mask. I'll operate in the light. Oh, what a sight to see war being carried out by those who are right. All the things that they contorted, all the cocaine the rich have snorted. Then there's pharmaceuticals. Can they afford it? No, I'm not talking about cash. I'm talking about spirituality. When you remove their mask, what is left? What is there besides the flesh and bone? It doesn't matter that you sat on a throne. So much has been lost in translation and time. I can't wait to hear their spirits whine. But no, I'm not sadistic, but yet I wouldn't miss it. I've prepared myself to endure. I've prepared myself for war. Why they purr? Are they sure? When revolutionaries come with torches and AKs to their door. The cataracts, the pupil, the window to the soul. Is it beautiful? Why can't they just simply overstand? They move slow like camels in quicksand when it's time to do what's right. But they thoroughly embrace the darkness and night. You would think they would be smart enough to live full of fright because the doom that is to come. My spirit forever young. Demons who don't watch their forked tongue. I brought the war to their forts. And that was years back. Literally, figuratively, comparatively, I gave them the falcon smack. Kung fu attacks, never ending. And that's how things were meant. That's more than just a couple cents. You know how things go? When you don't bow down to the throne, the military, or the pole. My lungs were full of dro. Now they're just full of gas. Because these are covert, sneaky serpents who find many ways to attack the mind, body, and soul and how it's connected. The blind detectives and how they inspect shit. Kind of like Inspector Gadget without the dog. They're an animal like the hawk. I see them like the hawk. I see them how they talk. Oh, they're so pretentious and pompous. And they want me to stop this. When I tell the truth, and everyone who loves it agrees with me, and everyone else spiritually flees. If you look real close, you can see they're just a ghost. There she goes. There goes their soul. There goes the troll. There's no light on that pole. There's no hope on that road. There's no staff on that path. There's no iron rod. There's no scepter. Just angels that end you. In my heart, I wish you were righteous, I would befriend you. But now, you've got to die. Don't look at me with pitiful, begging eyes. Don't even mutter a why. You know where this leads. You know demons gotta bleed. Gotta cleanse the earth for the seeds. I bring them precision war. You see that dying slut? That's the Babylonian whore. And no, I'm not talking a tramp. I'm talking scripture. I'm talking a clear picture. Once you're in that zone, once you are in tune and your senses are honed. Is it poetry? Is it just words? Is it me explaining to you how I'm gonna quench my thirst for blood, for grinding bones, to blow up homes and bases? I carry out chases, but I'm not the pigs. By a pyramid-shaped hell, that's where I lived. They've killed my child. I won't have kids. They will never detain me. Their cowardly forces could never refrain me. Their mind control will never contain me. So they can bring it on with the drugs and guns. You must be kidding. You must be having fun. I'm the top martial artist, and that's no motherfucking pun. That's no kidding. You should build me an altar and thank me that you're living. They explain when souls are being weighed on those scales and they're next. They're perplexed. They miss the point of life. That's like missing the point of a knife when it's stuck in your heart. It's like having a pit bull in your face and missing the bark. It's like running in a tree. It's like running into a tree as a dart. The war that persists. Is there anything that I miss? Why must I live my life a struggle instead of a war against the demons who oppress all? So why do you tattle? There's no escaping the scum no matter where I travel. So don't tell me to go back. They've already begun to track. I've begun the math. Life of bliss. Calling people brother and sis. I'm giving another my fist. These never-ending battles. These Babylonian scum and how they babble. I'm fighting war. The world is full of people who on their deathbed, what will be said is that they were just doing their job. Is it that simple? Well, how does that compare to the Nuremberg principle? It's quite complex. How do they